Hey, this is Fuchsia, and well, I mean, the title says it all. I failed Inktober, um, which, for those of you who don't really know, Inktober is like a month-long drawing challenge of sorts where, the artist is tasked to draw every single day uh, with a different prompt that's usually, given out for October. So each day is different, and then each day you have to do a different drawing. Usually it would be handmade or with some form of ink, or at least that's how it started out as. But it's kind of shifted now to it's basically just a general drawing challenge where you draw every day in October. And so, yeah, I failed. I gave it my shot. I used to do it, a couple years ago, and I would do it to completion. And I know, you don't necessarily have to do every day. I used to be able to do it every day, and it's been a while, so I thought I'd challenge myself by doing it again this year and, trying to do that. Now that I'm trying to start doing a little bit more YouTube content, I'm like, it might be nice to see my progression on what I do for like different prompts every month. So yeah, that didn't work out. I lasted a little bit over a week, and the only reason why I haven't posted or made a video about it sooner is because I really thought by the end of the month I'd get it all together and at least do the last couple of days or try to do something to maybe catch up in any way. But yeah, that didn't happen. I mean, I tried to catch up, but it just didn't work out. Yeah, so I'll just show you what I have and what I did do for, the couple of days that I did manage to try to do it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to put up my time lapse at all. I took a time lapse for a couple of these, but, it just might be the still image that I'm going to be talking over. I might show like the line art and then like the color because I usually separate those two. So you can probably see both. And yeah, I'll give my thought processes and stuff, and let's just go into it. I don't want to drag it out a little bit. So day one, let's go with that. So I did start out day one. I felt pretty confident. Oh, I should probably mention that I'm also using the John Bliss Inktober prompt set. There are quite a few different prompt sets for different creators, different artists and stuff. They like to challenge their fan base and whatever. I just specifically chose John Bliss's. So day one was pumpkin. And so to kind of get really comfortable into like day one, I decided to kind of just do something I'm good at. Decided to make a monster girl and just use pumpkin as like the main thing to base it off of. So yeah, that was like pretty much a very straightforward and very like simple like prompt that I just wanted to equally take a very simple and straightforward approach to in my own way. And so yeah, nothing too out of the ordinary, just kind of like a very attractive pumpkin girl. So that's what I felt comfortable doing, and so that's what I went with. Not much else to say, I guess. So day two, a little bit more different. I decided, I think at this point actually, I had combined days 2 and 3 because I had just missed day 2 for some personal stuff that was going on. I just couldn't make it, so I'm like, all right, one time deal. I'll combine day 2 and day 3. Day 2 being skull and day 3 being daggers. And so I decided to kind of combine both prompts into like one character. And so yeah, this is what I came up with. I tried to, try to go for a more dynamic pose on this day because I realized in my first one, it was, while a nice drawing, the pose was kind of very simple and not a lot of movement. This one, I kind of wanted to like make it a little bit more dynamic, even though the pose is still kind of a little stiff in certain areas. But I feel like there's a little bit more going on with this image that I wanted to do. But yeah, that was day 2 and day 3 into one. So I thought that would be nice. Looking through my files, I am now realizing that I have missed day 4 completely. Sorry for interrupting, but this is Fuchsia from the future. And it turns out that I actually did do the 4th day. I completely forgot about it. And the reason why was because I did it physically and not digitally on my computer. So the reason why I couldn't find the file for it was because there was no file. So I'll put up the picture that I did right now. The prompt was clown, so obviously I've, drawn a clown girl. Those of you who know One Piece, yeah, it's a female buggy. I had just finished watching the One Piece live action at the time, so I think it was just on my mind, and I decided to do that for that day. And I don't think I had access to my computer at the time, which is why I had to do it physically with pen and paper. But yeah, so that's kind of why I forgot that I didn't do that day, and I just found it, so I just was gonna, I wasn't gonna like re-edit the whole thing or re-record everything, so I'm just gonna like plop the image and this audio like in the middle of the video. Hopefully it isn't too jarring, but yeah, I still wanted to make sure that people knew that I did do it. So yeah, okay, back to the normal video. Anyway, I guess we should just kind of skip over that and go to day 5 and 6. Another one where I had to combine 2 days just because I missed out on the other days and I decided to make up by combining those days. And so I'm trying to like improve and trying to like change stuff up. I decided that I was going to combine those two prompts and add an environment. So for those 2 days, the prompts were grave robber and goblin. So I felt like that was kind of very straightforward. I felt like I needed to add the background to kind of just, at least make it a little bit more difficult, at least like add elements to like what I'm doing. That way, even if it is like a very simple or basic drawing, I'm trying to like expand a little bit and try to, I just try to improve in general, different aspects, different. I just want to experiment around with these days or with the couple of days that I did do. So yeah, it's just a little goblin guy standing over a coffin. He's gonna rob it. Pretty straightforward stuff. In all honesty, day 7. Day 7 actually did do standalone by itself, which was really really rare, I guess, because I hadn't done it since day 1. But day 7 is gravestone, and that one, yeah, I decided to just kind of. It was kind of very simple prompt, very simple art piece I decided to do. Just like a very, it's just very like simple. It's like my own take on like one of those angelic gravestones. And so I thought it'd be cool. Try to like add texture, try to make it like look like a character, but also look like stone or marble. I guess whatever tombstones are usually made out of. But I decided that would be pretty fun to like try to figure out, and I think I did okay. I think I did all right. I like the design, more or less. It's pretty straightforward, but I still like it. It's still very cool. And so this is the last day I did, which is rough because I did 3 days combined into one because I was so set on trying to catch up. So I decided to combine day 8, 9, and 10. And those prompts were grasp, poison apple, and curse. And so, you know, it was like 3 prompts, so it was kind of difficult. I had to kind of like really try to think about what I wanted to do, but I landed on something. I don't know. It was just something that I felt like made sense to me. Like a lot of like clutching hands, apples, obviously, and just kind of felt like, and like this is happening to someone where this kind of like fits into the curse aspect. And I don't know, it just felt right to me as I was designing it, and then obviously inking it and doing all of that. I was actually pretty happy with how it turned out. I think at this point it was like, yeah, I'll be able to do the rest of these days if I combine some days, and if I keep on trudging forward, I'll do it. Um, yeah, but I don't think that really turned out because I didn't end up doing any more days after this. I thought about doing it on the last couple of days of October, maybe the last like 3 days or whatever, but there was a lot of stuff going on where it didn't work out. It wasn't in the cards. And so I'm recording this November 1st after October is officially over and I don't have any excuse. I really can't do the challenge anymore. I felt like I needed to show what I had, like all my pieces that I did. I put effort into these pieces, and while I didn't do the other days, I felt like it would have been bad if, I didn't show my effort and show at least the bare minimum that I could have done. And, maybe next year or the year after I can do a way better job and I'll be able to do all 31 days or all 31 prompts. Let's not get ahead of ourselves and doing that every single day, but at least all the prompts at some point in the future, possibly. But I'm happy with what I was able to do. And, I just kind of wanted to show it off in a weird way, just because I did spend time on these. Like, I didn't have to do this challenge, and I didn't have to draw it all, and I didn't have to even show these images, but I felt like I really kind of had to in a weird way, because it seems kind of personal to me, and I just kind of want to bring a little bit of that personal energy and personal stuff here to the channel, even if this isn't really like what I usually do or whatever. But and it felt nice, and it felt like I needed to do this in a weird way. But yeah, October's over. We're in November now. Hopefully I'll get this out at some point in November. I'm really gonna try to shoot for at least the first half of November for this to come out. But we'll see. So that's it for now, I guess. Yeah. See you guys. Bye.